I was thinking back over the course of this past year on all the things that I've learned and taken away from my own personal inner work, the work I've done with clients, and all the things that I've channeled. And there's one thing in particular that stands out to me that's really given me a lot of perspective. And that is why the energy of love is so important. And I talk a lot about love. My entire community is all about love. And I think a lot of the time it's brushed aside, the idea of, oh, just love yourself. It doesn't feel big enough. It doesn't feel important enough. It's not interesting. It's a little bit like, oh, yeah, we know. But I don't think you do, because I didn't. The reason why the energy of love is not only the most powerful frequency, but literally the key to everything that you say that you want, is because Source, when you think of Source, God, the Creator, they are the frequency of love. Source is all things. It is oneness. And when you think about the frequency of unconditional love, when you unconditionally love something, there is nothing that is not within it. There's nothing outside of that, because unconditional love is all encompassing. It's all allowing. There's nothing that is not allowed. There's nothing that is not of it. And so if that's the case, Source, which is all things, is love. And because we all come from Source, we also vibrate at the same frequency. And at our core, that is love. And because we come from Source, we have the capacity to embody that frequency and everything that comes alongside that. And so if you feel unconditional love for you and within you, you are tapping into the frequency of Source consciousness. And Source is oneness, and Source is endless possibility and potential. It's limitlessness in and of itself. And if all of those things are available inside of unconditional love, and you are love, then those are all available inside of you too, if you vibrate at that frequency in order to access it. And so what becomes available to you when you love you unconditionally? Anything. You become Source itself. You realize your own oneness within you, and you access the full breadth of that possibility and potentiality within you. It's already there. All you have to do is feel love for you. Anything you want to manifest comes to you instantly when you vibrate at the frequency of oneness. Anything that you want to create or feel or know, it's all available to you inside of that frequency. So that begs the question, how do you access that frequency? Well, we come to Earth for a very specific reason, and that is to experience something that is not oneness. And so we go through life inside of this human reality feeling separation rather than oneness, and believing in it and identifying with it, and feeling things that are not unconditional love. And those feelings and those belief systems that evoke them, we identify them, and we begin to feel that that is who we are. We forget who we really are. And so the way to feel unconditional love within you and for you is to recognize the parts of you that are not yet ready to let it in, and love those parts. When you think about loving you unconditionally, there's a part of you that doesn't want to, because there's a part of you that doesn't like who you are. And there's a part of you that wants to change who you are. And if you love you unconditionally, then you're going to lose the motivation to change you so that you can love you, or at least like you a little bit more. So the love that you feel for you is conditional to changing who you are. And there's a misunderstanding inside of that, which is that if you love you unconditionally, you won't be able to change you. You'll be stuck with you. And that could not be further from the truth. It's easier to create change from a place of love than it is from a place of self-loathing. And I would argue that when you love yourself unconditionally, the desire to change you is coming from a completely different place. It's coming from a place of source consciousness. So you're able to access perspectives and belief systems, and you're able to see avenues and receive insight that you don't have from a place of what is not love, because what is not love is more limiting than what is. You're simply limiting your ability to change you because you're not seeing all of the potential that's available to you to do so. Back in March of this year, I asked my spirit team how I can bring the frequency of unconditional love into this world in a unique way. How can I teach people to access that frequency from within themselves so that they can truly not only recognize who they really are, who they can become, but feel the absolute endless possibility inside of the essence of themselves when they can feel love for who they are. And I created this free community. It's free and it's called Home. And I host monthly events there. All of them are different and unique. And they're all geared towards showing you how to open up to unconditional love for you. And the theme that I've noticed that permeates through every single one of these events is that in order to do so, you have to go directly to the parts of you that are not yet ready to, and form a relationship with those parts. Get to know them, because they are not a problem. They actually hold all of the wisdom that you need in order to learn how. It's all available inside of you. All of the wisdom, all of the tools, all of the knowledge, it's all there. You just have to be willing to go in to access it. I'm hosting a free event on November 7th. And this event is really interesting. It is all about this need that we all have to know things, to know what our purpose is, to know how to get there, to know where we're going, to know how to do A, B, and C. And we believe that the highest version of ourselves would know. And you know what? I did too. I figured my higher self knows everything. And the more I can ascend my own consciousness, the more I will know things. And my higher self said, no. The highest part of you doesn't have to know. It is the part of you that fears, that needs to know. And it is the part of you that loves, that doesn't have to. Because when you fully trust you, when you fully trust in the flow of life and the universe, you don't have to know. And in fact, it's more exciting not to. Because when you know, you're more limited with your possibility and perspective because you're focusing on what's known. When you're focusing on the unknown, anything is possible. And you open yourself up to the mysteries and synchronicities of life. And the highest part of you just wants to enjoy the magic of that. And what could be more empowering than not needing to know because you trust in you so implicitly to just know that you're going to figure it out. And so inside of this event, you meet the part of you that really wants to know because it's scary to not know. and learn how to show that part love, because ultimately they're just looking for that. They're just looking for reassurance. And on the flip side, you're going to get to meet the part of you that doesn't have to know, because that part of you lives inside of you, just like your higher self lives inside of you. It's not out there in the ether somewhere. Your higher self is you. It's a version of your consciousness that's accessed inside of the frequency of love. And inside of these events, you get to meet them and talk to them and receive all of the wisdom from you, not from me. I just facilitate the experience, but all the magic is coming from you. If you'd like to join me inside of this experience, head to my website. You'll see Join My Free Community. It's called Home. It's all about coming home to you, feeling at home inside of who you are, because home is a place where you feel free and safe to be who you are, and you feel loved unconditionally. And sign up and RSVP to join us. It's November 7th, 4 p.m. PST, 7 p.m. EST. And I can't wait to see you there.